I'm gonna fix Max real quick. Hold
You gonna fix him? Poor guy.
Get the scissors.
You do it from the front or from the back?
Found out a long time ago, women and turbos both cost money and wine, so I'm gonna invest in the one that doesn't bitch when I replace it.
Wine it is.
That's how we start the show.
Welcome to Untitled Car Project, show 63. Woo. And again this week, Max Essig on the show.
Hi, Max.
Thanks for being here. Long time no see, Bo.
Absolutely, thanks for having me back.
on. It's a long drive for 2 shows.
I know. That's so cool. We are lucky to have him. Today on the show, we're going to talk about what the Erector Set project updates.
Yes.
Yes.
No bills
We've got a listener that submitted a car. I've got his stuff we can take a look at. We were thinking about dream builds. What would you ultimately build if money is no object? And you could find all the parts, because that's something we're running into a little bit. You're limited on parts.
Yep.
In that same vein, I guess, if money's no object.
Oh.
I lost my train of thought.
Okay.
Oh yeah. What would you put on your car, your current build, if money's no object?
Okay.
Because money does limit what we do to our cars.
Yes.
So we'll go through that.
Okay.
And then cost cutting. Cutting corners on your builds. What are you willing to cut costs on and not?
Yes. And then are we going to do a touch up on the Antonio Mustang?
And we can touch on Antonio's Mustang, something we talked about a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
So until that time, hit follow on the podcast, share it with your friends and your family and anybody else you so choose. Maybe just put it out there on your Facebook profile and share it with everybody and say, hey, you have to listen.
Heck, they may see your new swag and say, wow, that's a cool T-shirt. And if not,
Right. If they're not seeing it, you should buy some.
yay.
There you go. Sweatshirts, T-shirts, and hooded zippered hoodies available.
Yes.
Hit me up on Facebook, Messenger, or email me at untitledcarproject@gmail.com, and we'll set you up. Go to the Facebook page and show us your project car, and if you have a kit car build, or any build really,
Finished or not finished. We want to
finished
hear
or not
about it.
finished, we'd like to hear about it.
But kit car specifically, we're trying to find someone who is dive deep trying to finish one or has finished one and want to know the process of it.
That's right.
Yes.
So, Max, you listened to some of our project build episodes, and I wanted to ask you about one specifically.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, please explain, because I did listen to, I believe, almost all of them.
Grant is hemorrhaging right now.
I see
God.
him. He's having a conniption.
God.
So excited.
We missed the most important part.
We did?
Yes.
What?
The dad joke.
Handing your phone
Oh
number
my
out?
gosh, you're right.
Oh,
All right,
yeah.
And this week,
Better yet,
Max has a
Let's
better
back
one.
up even further. I'm Rob Spring.
I'm Grant Gonzalez.
Jeremy Molt.
Okay, we've got the introductions out of the way. We already know Max is here. Grant, do you have a joke for us today?
I do, but Max has a better one.
Okay.
All right, Max.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So Confucius say, man who run in front of car become very tired. But man who run behind car become exhausted.
Thank you.
Yeah, I will say that's
Thank you,
probably better than
Confucius.
all of yours
Oh,
combined.
Combined. That's it. We're going to have the guest do the joke from now on.
there you go.
Yeah, I like it. All right.
All right,
All right.
back to
Now
what you're
that Grant's not throwing a fit anymore, we were talking about some of our past build challenges.
Yes.
Okay. So, at some point, Grant
Yes.
had taken a perfectly good LS motor out of a vehicle
Yes.
and replaced it with a less perfect Ford vehicle. And
was
I think Max had something to say about that.
Before he says anything, I want to let the listeners know, and if you did watch that, it was specifically for the Optima Challenge, and I was under the assumption I would be winning the engineering section by doing this crazy build.
You know you'd...
So, with that, Max, continue.
So
This is what we refer to as a GFDG moment. God fucking damn it, Grant. Every time. All All right, as a frequent listener, I've got to say the build challenges in particular, you find so much of your glee in trying to circumnavigate the rules. It's almost a Jurassic Park moment alone. You've spent so much time thinking about how you could.
Yes.
Never stop to think about whether or not you should.
Oh, thank you so much. I mean, I am so with you. He spends so much time trying to make it something that he shouldn't.
Yes.
And every time we do one, the first thing he says is, well, can we...
No.
How about-
the answer is no. If you have to ask the question, the answer is
It is
no.
called interpretation of the rules.
It's so bad. By
It's
the way-
almost like when he walks in the door and looks at us and goes, what'd I miss?
every time.
Without fail.
Every single time.
I swear, if you get to the end of this new project build, ground up, and you've got a Model T, I'm kicking you in the cubes.
That was
Yeah.
actually on
So
originally. That was
what day are we going to do the final on this?
You know, I don't know. I don't know. I haven't
should-
set a day necessarily. I mean, I am probably better than halfway through mine. Have you even started yours, Grant?
So Jeremy, tell us about your
Okay, so Jeremy,
no.
are you halfway through yours?
I would... No.
Okay.
I would venture to guess I'm getting close to halfway, but every time I pick my fucking book up,
Yeah.
I add another part that I need to find.
Yeah.
Every time.
And that's what I'm finding as well. I mean, these builds are massive.
Should we give-
Massive. So I think we just keep going and we keep doing kind of updates, and eventually we're going to be like, you know what? I think I got it all.
Yeah. So I need to figure out when that day is going to be
I don't know when that day is going to be.
so I can invite Max,
okay.
and have him just launch a fucking left foot right into his bag. You know?
All right. All right.
So let's get ahead of that. You've got Mustangs as an option. Late model Thunderbirds
So-
are very cool.
So the car that I decided I was going to go with, which we talked about 2 episodes ago, was I'm trying to build a 69 Mustang. Because the original kind of interpretation of the rules was like, oh, Model A, Model T. I backed off. Let's do something a little more reasonable.
I don't know. Model A, Model T probably is very reasonable,
Yeah.
actually.
It's
because
probably
you can
the
buy all the
cheapest,
parts.
easiest one you could do.
Yeah.
But in the spirit of the rules
Right,
here,
yeah.
let's find something that's going to be a contender.
Yeah.
Right. A muscle car of some
Yeah,
kind.
because Rob would have killed me if I would have gotten Explorer.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
throw
don't
'em
think
for
Plus,
that
I
would've
don't
been
think you could have
possible.
done it.
Is that a challenge?
No.
I don't think you could buy the frame or the body for it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Not brand,
Brand
new.
new.
Aftermarket?
I don't know. I think a Gen 1 maybe.
Aftermarket?
Maybe. That's what
I
I'm
don't-
saying, maybe. I don't-
Nobody fucking likes those things.
but
Why would
it
they
is-
do that?
Because it's from, what, 80, 89? I think it's the first, or 91?
Again.
Yeah.
Again.
They're considered classics. You'd say the
No,
same.
it's
No.
not. It's a classic
So
piece
was
of
my
shit.
94 Ford
man.
Ranger.
No, so
you
we-
really going to call that a classic?
We've had episodes about this, that things from the 90s are now considered classic from
Oh, hold
by
on.
definition.
They have to be
Yeah.
sought after.
Okay.
An Explorer is not sought after.
Regardless, what
Well,
I'm saying.
there's one person.
Regardless, what I'm
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
I'm saying is that by definition as a,
Yeah.
a classic, but
Yeah,
it's not
year-wise. Year-wise.
Yeah, year-wise.
It does
yeah.
hit the year-wise.
So I don't know personally if that means also because someone sees that and says it's a classic and is building those kind of parts for it. Kind of like in the 90s.
Yeah.
People were
What
building-
about
They're not, just because it's not a sought-after vehicle.
what
you
about
know?
a Ford Bronco? Like
Well, that's
a classic?
I
like a
love that
70s
answer.
Ford
I
Bronco.
know they'll build
Beautiful.
that.
Yeah, you can get
Yeah.
that
You
stuff.
could have done
100%.
one of those.
Yeah.
I want to do the Mustang.
As,
Yeah, do the Mustang.
As a
No,
Ranger
I like the Mustang.
guy, the mid 70s, the Ford F Series, the Ranger started to make its first appearance, and it was as a trim model, not necessarily a truck.
It was
Right.
an F-150. F-150.
Well,
F-150
100.
and F-250 was offered as a Ranger, and then I believe it was 78. You had the option to bump all the way up to a Ranger Lariat trim model.
Yeah.
And that was the
F250
big
custom.
deal.
You could get F250 custom in 78. I know this because I had
Yes,
one.
no, because I found one
Yeah?
at a job site this last week. I was talking to the old man I was putting the unit in for, and
Yeah.
I noticed the truck sitting in the barn covered in dust, and I had to do the car guy thing.
It was like, hey, what you
No, it
doing with
was
that?
step one. Hey, Tell me about this thing. I know there's a tail to this truck. It's got a layer of dust. I'm sure as long as the receipt list you've got for it. What can you tell me about it? Where'd you get it? Where'd this thing come from? Like, this is cool to me.
Yeah.
And the old man came out and he gave me the lowdown. It turned out to be a 78 F250 Ranger Lariat.
Wow.
Which is the first year it was offered in the U.S. as a Lariat pack. And the difference kind of between the trim levels here meant that he could option this with a 460 big block.
Ooh, nice.
Wow.
Full-time four-wheel drive, an additional trim pack that wasn't offered on anything else, had the two-tone paint. It was kind of that dark chocolate brown with like a coffee cream two-tone down the middle.
Yep.
The full trim pack all the way around it, the big plush interior, the full tow pack, the additional tie downs on the exterior of the bed. This was a beautiful truck.
And you bought it all for $250.
I spent the whole week beating up this old man trying to get him to sell it to me, and he wouldn't do it. And finally, the last day of the job, he got tired of me pestering him. He said, "You know what? I think I'm just saving it for the grandkids. They're almost ready to drive. 2 of them are truck kids. This is the barn find these kids are going to lose their mind over."
Yeah.
And I couldn't even pursue it at that point. I was like, you know what? You're right. When this kid turns 16 and says, "Hey, Grandpa, what are you doing with that old truck?" There's nothing that's going to make this kid more of a car kid than pulling that out of the barn, knocking the dust off it, putting some fluids and a battery in it, firing it up, and driving it for the first time.
Spending his first $250 filling it up.
Filling the tank. Exactly.
Oh no, that was part of the glory. So this year was optioned with dual
tanks.
fuel
Oh
tanks
god,
Wow.
so that's a $500 fill.
and a bedside toolbox.
Wow.
Like this thing
Had
was
the key in it and everything.
absolutely
It had all
lockable.
the bells and whistles.
If I'm
I
honest,
love
this
that.
thing was kitted better than anyone I've ever seen for the year. I really wanted
think-
this truck.
I think the Ranger models were the only ones that had that toolbox in the side.
No.
Ranger
No.
got you
So
the
my-
side. Lariat got you all the extra bells and whistles.
okay.
Not true. My dad's F250 custom, not a Ranger.
Custom was one
custom,
level
okay,
down.
okay.
Also
It
came
had-
with a box.
It had the toolbox. It had
Yeah.
the 351 in it. I think it was a 4-speed. Big old heavy 4-speed shift in that thing.
Tall.
Long bed. Yeah, super tall shifter. Yeah.
That's half of the fun. It's
drove-
got the big bus wheel in it.
I drove that thing for a lot of miles.
So, Max, what were you willing to offer that guy for that vehicle? What was your bottom dollar?
Less than the actual market of it, just because I'm that guy and I'm a cheap bitch.
80 grand.
No, they're not that much.
Oh no, I'm gonna be honest. I'd have put 5 against that truck as it sat as a non-runner because I'm
Was it a non-runner?
100. I think it would have. Had I cleaned it up, knocked it out, put fluids in it, and redone it, she'd have fired. It was last titled or last registration based on plate was about 8 years ago that he parked the thing up and
Wow.
stopped driving it. But it was undercover. It didn't appear to have any leaks. Nothing was tore up as far as interior. The thing was still 100% puss, not a dent in the exterior.
So I'm gonna be honest. Just listening to you, I'd probably give the dude 20 grand for it right now.
And it's probably worth that.
Yeah.
But that's not what I could offer him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Particularly for quote unquote a barn find.
Yeah.
I'm going to need to put in work. I've got to use that as leverage to negotiate that price as low as I can get it.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's pretty cool. Cool story, bro. So, Grant has still not worked on his challenge car.
Not yet.
Not yet.
I worked on all the other challenge cars.
Well, Grant is challenged.
I am-
He has a car.
I have a goal.
I gotta ask. Since
Okay.
Max is in the studio.
Yeah.
And since we talked about earlier that it's like, God fucking damn it, Grant.
Yep.
Out of the builds I did, which one was the best and why? Actually, for all of us.
You want
What-
best and worst?
Yeah, for all of our builds, like for Jeremy, for Rob, for me, what do you think you... And,
Grant,
okay.
worst build, hands down. Number one, where you took a perfectly good LS and stuffed an underpowered Ford motor into it to make it unreliable and not run.
Is that a Camaro?
That was a 2015
That
Camaro.
was his Camaro.
Okay.
That was hands down the worst build.
Most ridiculous.
That was
I could
challenge
think.
1.
What did I build that time?
You built a Mustang, and Rob had the Challenger, 2015 for each
Okay.
of us.
Yep.
Best build for Grant. I really liked the Lincoln.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was a cool build. And admittedly, I'm going to also give points to Rob because I know that was on his list
Yeah.
too. And it's also a car that's on my if I had the money
Yep.
list.
Yep.
Rob's best build, I'm going to say probably the autocross build.
Ooh.
That was spicy.
Camaro, right?
The Camaro.
Camaro.
Catfish Camaro.
The fourth gen is kind of a big, ugly monster. And the way that I heard it as a listener, it sounded very interesting to me. It sounded like it didn't take as much to make it super competitive as most other vehicles would. I rather liked that.
That's the one you spent right down to the last
I
dollar.
did right
Yes.
down.
Yeah.
Yep. I had $50 left.
And that's the one.
all
The
of it.
next one we got to use the leftover cash for.
Correct.
Correct.
Okay.
Flip side, Rob's worst build. Oh, and that's tough to say because they were all actually really cool. Every vehicle Rob's built so far, I'd have been like, yeah, I'd drive that. That's
Yeah.
slick.
Thanks. Yeah. Right on.
Worst build? Maybe. I'm going to give it to the Cruiser because you didn't finish that challenge.
Yep.
So default loss.
Default loss. Yeah, that doesn't. Yeah, not surprising.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna go the same route as Grant did for sure with the
The hot tub.
Lincoln. Well, I love
Hot
the
tub was
idea.
too much. The rest of it was cool.
I liked the hot tub idea. I mean, if you can pull it off, I think it's kind of cool.
But what are you gonna do the first time you hit the brakes and sit?
Oh, yeah,
in the
you're
front
sloshing
seat?
water everywhere.
Everybody's taking a bath.
That would be hilarious, honestly.
I mean, so much for your stereo, right?
Right. Yep.
Hope your
But,
ECU ain't tucked under the seat somewhere.
yeah, it was either a Lincoln or Oldsmobile 88.
Yeah.
That's a big old boat.
I like an Oldsmobile 88.
Yeah.
There's a lot of cool cruisers out there.
Yep.
And that's one of the fun things about being a longtime listener to the show is I find myself in the shop turning wrenches and you guys are sitting here giving me commentary. Oh, this is what I'd build and this is how. And I'm sitting there going, no, this is what I'd build.
Nice.
And this is why.
Yeah.
I-
You just email the show, buddy.
I'm
what it's
literally
there for.
talking to myself in the shop.
You're not I've heard other people say the same thing. I'm yelling at you guys and you can't hear me.
And usually it's, God fucking damn it, Grant. Are you kidding me? You're going to do what?
So
Right.
Why?
let me ask this: on that LS swap
Yay.
that he did,
The force.
were you super excited about it up until he went okay, and then
Yes, that was the turning moment. Because I'm 100% behind that car. I'm like, yo, this is a good pick. He's
Okay,
on
and
it.
now
This is
I'm
a
gonna fuck it up.
contender. And then he goes, I'm going to yank
got
the
5
good motor out of it, and I'm going to put a dirt cheap Ford motor that's underpowered, over heavy, and kind of has reliability problems. And I'm going to put that in it instead. And it's like, are you doing this because you can sell the LS and get back half of your budget? Or
That's what you should have
I
done.
should have
Yeah.
done that. That's a good idea.
I was waiting for the Grantism where he tried to circumnavigate the rules.
I did.
Now-
I will say though, for you and our listeners, when we did that episode, I literally had a book and read off every single
did.
sheet. And these guys are all excited about it until I literally turned the page and then read off the 4-6 swap.
and he started going through it, and both of our jaws hit the floor, and we're like, why?
Yeah.
That's our number one episode that we get the most feedback for, let's say.
I believe that.
Okay,
Most negative
so-
feedback.
We have also then Jeremy. What'd you
now I'm gonna guess.
Okay.
The Audi you weren't super stoked about, which was my Cruiser, and the Subaru you were probably excited about.
I actually didn't hate the Audi.
Okay.
Having ridden in several of the newer Audis, I do actually think those are a very comfortable car. And as far as cruising goes, you're on it. You can road trip this thing for several hours and not get ass sore about it. You're 100% dead on with the Subaru. As a long-term Subaru fan and having fixed many of these turds, that's a cool build, very on budget. You did a great job of laying out what you needed to fix before you really brought it out and tested it. And I respected that a lot.
Did you like that build better when he bought that and the truck, or bought the Subi and modified the Subi?
I liked it with that and the truck as a Subaru guy. Again,
You need the truck.
because you might need to get home. That being said, upcoming builds, I am very excited to see what you've got for the Erector Set Challenge because your
Oh,
layout
you haven't heard
is
any of it
great.
yet, have you?
No.
Yeah, it's out. Okay. Well, let's jump into that a little bit. So I've brought up David Pucknell's
Hi, David.
submission for the Erector Set Challenge. Now, I went through this earlier today just to see what all he's got here. And he has chosen a 65 Ford Mustang Fastback. He did find the body. Okay. Now
Looks like a metal body,
the
too.
body, yeah, it is.
does.
I'll just go ahead and open that link right there. So the body comes with everything except the front
Fenders.
fenders.
Needs a front clip.
Now, correct me if is this a unibody?
Correct.
Okay,
Those
so
Mustangs are still human. And real fast, for our listeners' sake, we are just for someone who just tuned in for the first time.
yeah.
Our Erector Set build challenge is the three of us are building a car from scratch. Not kits, not nothing. We are going wherever we can to buy
All the correct parts.
everything.
Aftermarket.
Yes.
Okay, so this is an official Ford licensed product, but it is built by an aftermarket company. It is a 65 Ford Mustang Fastback. It's a beautiful looking chassis. Comes with the entire cab all the way through the front clip, just missing the front fenders, and it does come with the doors.
But it comes with doors, it comes
As
with
well.
the trunk.
Doors,
you
yep,
know.
and the lids.
Absolutely. It's a unibody, no glass,
Right.
no lights, none of the extra fenders. or front
17,500 plus like 500 or 900 shipping or something. I don't know.
$595
$595 shipping.
That's
So-
creating.
Yeah.
Pretty decent start to it.
Yeah.
Now, when I was going through this though,
Mm-hmm.
so there's his fenders for $400 for
Remarkably
the set.
affordable for what it is.
Wow.
He's got a bolt mounting kit,
The fenders, wow.
bumpers. I mean, he's tried to think of all the pieces, parts. The metal hood,
Yeah.
the front and rear bumpers for $300, just under. There's the trunk lid.
lid.
I thought that the chassis came with it though.
It came with the
Looks
rear
like it.
trunk, not the front hood.
Well, he's got them both in here.
Okay.
There's that.
Okay.
Anyway,
Save the man some money. Deduct that from his total.
right.
Yeah.
So
Window.
he's got, these are
Minus
window
350.
assemblies. He's got
Fender
bumper.
Glass,
I don't know,
lights,
just- yeah.
bumpers. He's got the kitchen caboodle here. He's close
CJ,
to a full
CJ
car.
Pony Parts. He's bought it all from the same place.
Which is I've been to CJ Pony a bunch of times as a Mustang guy.
I would expect a lot more year one.
Yeah.
But
remember when I told you there's magazines for Mustangs?
Yes.
That's one of them.
There's one of them.
So hood hinges, molding kit, the front valance, billet mirrors, exterior billet. Oh, that's the driver's side, passenger side mirror. There's some major components missing though. Here's a body kit. Here's the black zinc bolts for the entire thing.
I do see major parts missing.
Door shells. I thought that came already on the car.
Is this real fast? Because is there multiple parts of this, or is this only the body?
This is the only list that I was sent.
Okay.
Looking at
So
what we've
anyway-
got here, I'd say it's a rolling chassis for his total.
It's not.
I don't think it's a
not a
full
rolling
rolling
even
chassis.
rolling.
No,
No,
it
there's
is.
not a single suspension part in here.
There is not. There's no suspension parts.
axles,
There's no
no
axles.
motor.
There's no motor. There's no drivetrain.
If you click sheet 1, does it go sheet 2? And does sheet 2 have more on it?
No.
No. Oh,
No.
nope.
Okay.
Okay. So anyway, I think there's some duplicate pieces in here, David. So you could save a little money, but right now you're at $22,258.
You are
Ford.
way under what?
No, he's not.
Well, hang on, because
'Cause
this
that
is
is
super respectable
only-
for the body.
This is only the body. That's
Yeah.
all he's got here is body parts.
but
He
he's
doesn't
still
even
got
have
to drop a drivetrain in it.
There's not even interior here. Okay.
Yeah.
So he's got body only for $22,000. Pretty complete for body, but no interior, no lights, no electrical, no dash, no carpet kits. No
Classic
seats,
Ford
no-
badges at $50 a pop.
Oh, up 150 a pop. Yeah, no drivetrain whatsoever. No suspension components. No axles. No, all of it. Right.
I will say he's off
So
to a good
there's-
start there.
That's a
though.
great. That's a great start. That's a week one start right there.
Yeah.
That's where we were week one. So I just wanted to kind of take a look at that.
By
Anyway,
we, you
20
mean everyone other than Grant.
Hi.
Yes.
Correct.
And by week
we,
4
me and Jeremy. Yeah,
By week
here we are.
4.
We are week 4.
There's more missing from this list because I.
Okay, well, this is the only list that I
No, I
got.
know. I'm on the phone version, and it shows like transmission, drive shaft, rear end wood wheel brakes, door panels, wiring on the
The
seat.
phone version.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know. He emailed me this. So
So for
How much more complete is the phone version? What's his grand total up to, and what did he add to the
I
build?
don't know if
well,
he
there's
had a-
no engine.
well, send me that, and we'll go through the rest of it next
The
week.
transmission.
How about
I don't
that?
want to find out what it is. So he's going with a.
Hey.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
No. Well, the transmission is a. If it opens it up.
Probably a 60.
TKX 5-speed.
TKX, yeah.
Yeah, 26 spline.
Yeah, is that a 6060 or 56?
It doesn't say.
Okay.
It's TKX, which is their own kind of thing, I think, but it looks like a T56. It is based off a T56. A TKX transmission designed to be the successor to the TKO. That's what it says.
Okay.
TKX is capable of 8,000 RPM for engine speeds and shifts at 7,500 RPMs. So that's nice. And
All right. So yeah, send me that. We'll reconvene on the second half of his build
okay,
and go through that as well. Anyway, so for the shell of the car, he's got 22,000, and that's just the shell.
that's just the shell.
Yeah. So kind of like what we talked about last week. These builds this way are extremely expensive.
Yeah.
It makes
Absolutely.
buying a kit look really good.
Yeah.
Like somebody that's already put all that effort into it. Oh my gosh.
The fact that you can get and we've talked about this before, a factory 5 Cobra base for 15 grand
I know.
starting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're still missing the motor.
Yeah.
And I think tires, and I think,
Motor and
Transmission.
transmission, yeah.
but you have an interior, you have the body, you have wiring with it, and all the nuts and bolts. Starting is insane.
It's very low.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, Max,
kind of nuts.
you're going to shit when you hear how much Rob and I are at already.
Yeah.
If I had to take a blind guess,
Yeah.
I'd say you're closing in on 200K by the end of these builds. and that's conservative for what they are.
So I've got a lot of parts left on mine, and I have.
right there.
Why don't you go through yours? It's
Okay.
right there.
So I'm doing a 73
K10.
K10. That's just the frame.
Love a K10.
Okay, that's just the frame.
57 grand just for the frame.
Yeah. So this, as of
Yeah.
our last show or the show before that,
Yeah.
That show-
I was at 73,100, and this is like frame, body, no interior pieces, no tires and wheels. I do have axles, brakes, and I added a motor this week.
Okay.
I did an LSX, and I think the grand total on that is like 22,000. So I'm at almost 100 grand right now.
Holy shit, and you're not even done yet.
Not even close.
You've got part of a car.
Yeah, not even freaking close.
Yep.
I can't imagine. These are going to be some wild builds. I'd
yeah.
love to see them when they're done, though.
I just thought of the Grant thing I'm going to do for my build.
Great.
Now, please tell me it's a first generation
I'll
Ranchero
have
because of reasons.
No, I'm going to do the 69 Mustang, but I just thought of what I could do to make it the Grant build.
It's far enough in. I could definitely grind out some hours and make something to put on paper.
Nice.
It's going to take a whole lot of shit because this is
It's a lot of work.
this is an extensive build. Like,
Oh, yeah.
this was a big undertaking.
It's huge. Yeah. I don't know if maybe I really wasn't thinking about how much it would take to put that together on paper.
Yeah.
Even just on paper. I mean, I couldn't imagine having to actually build it.
I think my cheater version of this, if I was really going to go in, I'm going to put something in for you. It's going to be a Myers-Manx Volkswagen buggy project. And it will probably come in well below you guys, but it's still going to be astronomical part by part.
So
Right? If we do
And
a-
that's the key, is the part by part. Right? You're
I
not
think that's the hard part, and it's kind of the fun bit too, because you open
Right.
up the aftermarket, you're like, okay, I want to do some suspension. Do I want Do I want stock suspension? Do I want long travel suspension? Do I need to convert to coilovers? Like, there's infinite
Click on that link
options
for
at
me real
every
quick.
turn.
The chassis link.
I will say real fast, if we
one?
ever do
Yes.
a successor to this challenge, we should do one that's a quick one, which would be each of us pick a kit car and then see what that would cost.
With as
the one
much
you're
as
looking
you've
at?
emphasized kit cars, I would 100% love to
Your
listen
brake
to an
options.
episode that was just
Yeah,
the
click
kit car brew.
Yeah. You know.
That's that one.
Yep. Click it.
Did you hear what we said on the Superformance GT40?
Huh.
So when we were at SEMA, Superformance had all their builds there, and they told us on their paper and stuff that the GT40 they build has so many official parts from Ford that 2/3 of the parts that they build for that car will fit an original GT40.
Can you register them
Yeah.
Yeah.
as a Ford?
Yeah.
That's actually probably a steal.
Right? I think most of them, by the time.
That'd be a cooler option than a fastback. Build me a GT40
So-
for this.
Yeah, but
But
you can't.
you can't, 'cause
that's
that's a
not
kit
the. Yeah, it's a kit car.
Ah, shit.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying is you could buy the kit for
This is my
120 grand, 100 grand, and then have a GT40.
That'd be so cool. That's probably on my car list for forever car. If I could take a rip in one,
Yeah.
like the Mark, probably 2 or 3 GT40. That's the coolest shit I've ever seen.
I agree.
I'll never afford it, but I'd love to take one for a lap.
Yay. All right. And so we're continuing with the episode now.
Yeah.
We're already back.
Yeah, we're back. So this is my chassis. It's full suspension, full brakes. We got Dana 44 in the front, Dana 60 in the rear.
Fox
Independent.
Long travel with bypasses. Nice.
Yeah, I mean it's set up.
I mean, it's a $58,000 chassis.
Yeah, it's set up. It's gonna like if you wanted to take this out in the sand, it would take a little bit of a beating.
From the looks of it, with the linked suspension, and everything, you'd take this thing anywhere you point it. Mm-hmm. You built this chassis to the hilt.
Yeah, and it's fully boxed in. Yeah, it's 4-link front, rear. I mean, it's built to go.
If it's 4 links, how many Zeldas are there?
And we're going to keep moving on. Thank you, Grant.
Anyway, really like this body style. I don't want to go through the whole thing again because I mean we
No,
did it
only what
last
you've
time.
added.
Yeah.
So scroll all the way to the bottom. Let's talk about the motor, the
There you
engine
go.
package.
Ooh, turn.
So I did a Texas Speed 454 700 horse LSX turnkey for 25. So that puts me basically at 98 or 99,000.
Okay.
Yeah,
For the
about
entire package.
99,000 currently.
Yes.
Does that come because turnkey? That comes with radiator,
ECU?
and exhaust and all that, or what?
I'm guessing no.
No,
Probably an ECU and a harness.
I don't know if it comes with the harness either.
How's
Really?
it turnkey?
So
It's ready to turn the key.
it's ready to put in the car,
Yeah.
plug it in, and go.
Okay.
Meaning it's already been fired up and tuned and
Sure.
at least broken in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's ready to install.
Yeah.
So you might still need a harness from Painless
Oh, yeah.
or
Oh yeah.
Can I ask you with
That's
this
on the
motor?
list.
Do you know if it's off-road rated or if it's street legal rated? The reason I ask is it says 7 horses for 25 grand, all motor. There's no supercharger in this, correct?
Nope.
So the question I'm asking is because to make that kind of power, my first thought is you need a Hellcat, big supercharger, something like that. I figured would be
my first thought is for the year it is,
Yeah.
it's exempt. That's
Yeah.
a classic.
Yeah.
He doesn't need to pass nothing.
I'm going to ask for forgiveness, not fucking
No,
permission.
I am asking just for say if someone was using this motor in a different build. Is this? Do you know if it says on the website off road only or if it says?
yeah, I didn't read that far into
Okay.
it. I have no idea.
Okay.
I'm gonna guess no.
Okay.
It is probably
7 horses of it.
Well,
It's probably street legal.
Yeah, I mean, you can
I know I've
depending
seen
on
cars at the car show with
depending
an
on what
LSX
you
in 'em.
use for your ECU, and you know if you've got your sensors and all that, cats and blah blah blah, you can make it street legal.
Yeah.
Mega
It's
Squirt,
just-
Link. It's all possible.
Yeah. So anyway, very good. Did we open mine by chance?
I did not. You probably
Got it. Here somewhere. There it is.
Rubs.
My rocket car. So yeah, when we went through mine originally, I have added a whole bunch of stuff since then.
That's exciting.
Remember, I forgot the wheels last time. Actually, they somehow didn't show up, but I went through, added a bunch of necessities as far as your braking kits. You know, your brake lines. There's my motor. I went with the 427. Exhaust. Let's see, what else did I add? Shifting, shift linkage, radiator.
Ball shifter, most important part.
Gotta have it.
Hearst ball
it's a Nova. You gotta have
Yeah,
that,
buddy.
right? Yeah, fuel tanks.
I don't
tank
even have
straps.
that
What?
yet.
Gearing's new. You didn't have that last time.
Yeah, I did.
You
Yeah, you
did.
did.
Yeah. So here's the body. I was a little disappointed. I could not find a steel body. Now, I will continue to look just in case. So this is an all fiberglass body.
Yeah.
It's a drag package, so
Save
it
you weight.
takes a little bit more to put it all together because I got to get floor pans and everything.
Yeah.
Whereas a lot of the packages, you find the bodies, they've already got floor pans built in and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Little spendy too, $7,400 for the body, but comes with doors. Does not come with front fenders, so I had to get that. Bumpers, all those things. So when you start going through it, you're like, oh yeah, I need door handles, door pins, I need latches, seat belts. There's my floor pans, dashboard with what else we got? Firewall, trunk pan, because all those pieces are different. Top of your dash, that's a different piece. Door hinges,
Wow.
door brackets, trunk hinges. I mean, there's a lot of little bits and pieces that
Hood
you
hinges.
think about. You forget about that stuff, right? Yeah,
I
hood
think that's
hinges.
part of your part of the challenge.
Part of the
this
challenge
one
is
is
trying to-
realistically, it's everything you can remember and think of, and at
Yeah.
the end of it, just like a real project, you're gonna go, "Oh, I forgot
There's something
X,
else.
Y, and Z."
I know. Yeah. And
Add
I found a bolt
10,000.
kit somewhere too. Yeah, and add a bunch of other stuff.
By the end of this, we
Hood
should,
latches.
by the end of this, we should be able to find the 10 millimeter socket.
Probably have to buy a bucket of them.
Go ahead and just
Yeah,
add
you're
it
gonna
to your
lose it.
build sheet.
Door frame windows, weather stripping,
Seats.
front seats.
Those seats you got, do they include seat rails?
No,
Okay.
gonna have to get those too.
Yeah.
Yeah, your window molding front and rear, window trims. Got to have that stuff too. Center consoles. There's a back seat, carpet kit, headliner.
Now, being a track car, you're putting a back seat in it.
If it's
It's
an
not a
M
track
class,
car though. It's
It's supposed to
It's
be
muscle
something
car.
you can
It's a
fire
hot
up and
rod.
drive.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Plus, if it was in cam
It's
class,
a complete car.
you'd have to.
Yeah. Door cards even, and that doesn't come with hardware.
Wow.
Still
know.
got to put your handle, your latch, all
Yeah.
You gotta get the
Your
plastic
window-
back of it.
I
All of
don't
that.
think the listeners understand
kit.
quite the undertaking that building a car ground up part by part is. This
it's-
really
I
is
don't think we all had an idea when we started this.
astronomical.
Yeah, I mean, I had an idea, but once you start getting into it,
Yeah.
here's my total
You're
so
at
far.
$76,670.
Yes, and I have a rolling chassis.
And for our listeners to know, because some of them may be like, well, restored classics are way more than that. That's a steal. This ain't including.
I'm not
We're
either.
not done.
Well, I'm not even close to done.
This is
Yeah.
labor and 3/4 of the parts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know that. Maybe I have 3/4 of the parts. I mean, I still need all the
need axles.
electronics. I mean, I have the ECU kit with a dash kit, but I still need all the electronics to run lights and turn signals and brakes and or brake lights and all that stuff.
Paint.
Interior light.
Paint.
Yeah,
Tires.
it doesn't even count paint. Yeah, I haven't put tires on it. Oh, I did put tires on. They're on there somewhere.
Yeah.
I missed that bit.
They can put axles on there or spindles.
Yeah, I got all those. Yeah.
God, paint
I have
body.
full rolling chassis with, I think, everything to fire it up.
Tie rods. I didn't see them on there.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
Yep. That comes with my
So
chassis.
yours is going to be cheaper.
my
than
chassis
mine.
was much like his, where it
Yeah.
was almost complete.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I had to add my brakes, but it's got all the suspension pieces, all the A-arms, all the tie rods, all the steering gear, except for the extended shaft. Yeah, it was pretty complete, even right down to the rear end. All I had to do was put gears in it. So
I bet I could do my chassis a little bit cheaper if I looked around, but it was pretty extensive in what
Yeah.
it came with. So
Well, especially for what you're building.
yeah,
You want to make it stout.
yeah,
I think that's one of the better choices you could have made.
yeah.
I think when I am close to thinking that I have everything I need, and I'll pour over like pictures, or maybe maybe I can find an exploded microfiche of something and be like, okay, all these other little pieces. Then I'm going to throw another 10 grand on top of that and say that's what it's going to take to finish it.
Of parts
Yes,
Parts.
yes.
We're not going to mention the labor, assuming you do
or fabric.
all the work by
all the
yourself.
work yourself.
Yeah.
But I mean, the amount of hours to put it together is
Oh yeah, hundreds,
pretty-
thousands of hours.
I'd say that's
A good
half of
1,000.
the fun there. If you take your labor cost, your personal labor cost, and let's just run it across the bank and say it's going to cost you all the same amount of dollars per hour you put into this thing, just blanket cross them off of all three, and you're still going to be looking at astronomical numbers.
True.
for the car that you're building, especially. Like, I'm
I-
building a 70 Nova, and I'm at 76,000.
I want to put something out there. I don't know if this is going to be cut from the audio, but I thought of this idea.
Well, why don't we just not say it then?
No, because I think it's a good idea.
Okay.
Okay.
G
I think we
F
should-
D G.
I think when we're all done with our builds, if our listeners listening to this, and you are the kind of person who owns a shop, and this is what you do, you build cars, custom people. If any of our listeners would be willing to look over our list and give us an idea after seeing our list, what their estimate of labor would be for this.
oh yeah,
Yeah, sure. I'd send it to them.
Yeah.
Actually,
'Cause
yeah,
it'd be
that's
very-
interesting.
It'd
I
be
like
very
that.
interesting once we're done having an expert who does this and say this is what the estimate would be to build this car.
just to
Here's
you're
my
giving
list.
me
Here's
the
my
pile of
parts.
parts.
Right.
Here's what's going to cost you to put it together.
Yes.
Right.
So if any of our listeners
That'd
are
be
listening
interesting.
to it and want to participate, please email us at untitledcarproject@gmail.com.
At regular shop rates, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm gonna assume just
low
blanket,
shop
this
is
is
90
20
bucks an hour.
grand off the top. Like,
oh, it's more than that.
Yeah.
yeah,
But
you're probably right.
I think that would
I
give-
bet it's more like 50 grand.
and-
Including body and paint, 100%.
No. That's
70
just labor to
grand.
put it together.
10 grand to do
Jesus.
paint.
But yeah, I think doing that might be good, and maybe they may even say you're missing this thing that we wouldn't even think.
Oh,
about.
for sure. I'm sure.
So that would give our listeners a total complete package.
I mean, yeah, if somebody wanted to do that, I would more than willing to send them my list and be like, here's my here's my thought. So yeah, I don't know. It's becoming quite the interesting build. Every time I start looking for parts, like I started looking for my body to put on it, right?
You went to the gym, right?
And I just want to bitch slap it so bad. You start going through that. It's like, all right, I need a body. All right, it doesn't have fenders. Got to get that. It's got hood and trunk. All right, I need hinges for that. And then you go down this other rabbit hole. Now I need hinges for the doors. Oh, and there's mounting brackets for that. Didn't know that. Okay, I got to do that. How about a bolt kit? Find a bolt kit for the whole thing. And it's just like snowballs.
This sounds
Oh,
like an average.
Carpet kit for
You
the
start-
trunk.
Yeah, you just start thinking about all the different parts. All right, some interior. All right, here's some seats. Here's some carpet. How about a center console? What about the dash? What about this? What about everything it takes
What
to
about
put
the glove
together?
box? What about the?
I like how you guys are all
Latches.
freaking out about this, and this is average day in Grant's mind.
No.
You haven't even started.
Yeah.
You don't get a
The
top.
average day in Grant's
We're going to be
mind is
done,
spent
and you
worrying
won't have done it.
about
Probably.
putting a 4.6 in a proper LS car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's move on to the next topic.
Sure, fine.
Okay.
All right. So on this, it's the same topic, right?
Yeah, same top.
Building a car from scratch.
Yes.
There are actually limited number of vehicles that you can actually do it. From frames not being available to bodies not being available. I mean, that's a pretty limiting factor, right? Not everybody is going down that road, but you could.
Yeah.
So if you could get it for any car that you chose, what would you choose?
A good example of this is there's I wouldn't say one of our listeners, someone on the internet that we know is building a 220 or Jaguar XJ 220 from scratch
Okay.
with English with all body panels and stuff, putting a V12 in it. And
That's an amazing choice.
yeah, that's a car you can't get. You can't buy body panels for. It's
It's unobtainium.
exactly, and they
Yeah.
decide to build it from scratch.
Your average guy's never going to
Well-
afford this thing, but if you can do it piece by piece, maybe it's attainable.
Yeah.
what's the Mercedes CLK?
Gullwing.
No. The CLK GTR. There's a guy building one of those
Yep.
online. The exact same thing. You can't buy these pieces.
Oh,
He's
God.
building it all from scratch. And from what I've seen, doing a phenomenal job. Like, it's really good. I don't know why you'd buy a 220. I think it's an ugly car.
Really?
Yeah.
I like that car. That's a cool.
Some people do.
Yeah.
I just think it's ugly.
Grant, you've got a thing for eclectic, dumb, ugly cars
Yes.
that were bad.
I mean,
Yeah.
and
Ford
I feel
Explorer.
that,
But it doesn't have a V. The one he's building doesn't have a V6 in it. He put a V12 in it.
I like that.
Then he's well ahead of the curve.
I mean, that's what it probably should have had, right?
Well, originally the original XJ 220 was originally supposed to have an all-wheel drive V12 mid-engine car.
Yep.
And halfway into it, they took it out and they put the V6 twin turbo from their rally car in there. And honestly, when they did that, half the customers' allocations that put money in deposit down took their money back.
Yep. Yeah.
And I get it because it's not what they were promised.
Right.
But the twin turbo V6 made more power at the time than the V12.
The
did.
V12. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, when it came out, I remember seeing it, and it was pretty cool for the time.
Yeah.
Anymore, I'm kind of like, it's not as cool as I originally thought it was when at the period, you know. But people's tastes change.
Yeah.
You know, whatever. But I agree that like a V12 in it,
Yeah.
much better option.
Yes.
It does make it cooler.
Yes.
But I do think building it from scratch, that's
Have
an
you
incredible undertaking.
have you guys ever been around one?
No.
I've never
No,
seen
so
one in person.
I've been-
It's a poster car
Is-
for
right.
me.
Been a long time. I've actually been up to one, and the one thing I've noticed when I was a kid seeing this is it is incredibly big, and the fact is when
Seems
you
like it's
see-
super long.
Yeah, in and wide.
Yeah.
It is incredibly wide. But when you see the V6 in there, it is insane how small that V6 is sits in there. It
Because the car is so
Compared
big.
yeah, it was.
body.
You could tell it was not designed originally with that.
Sure.
You know.
I would imagine it's very comparable to a Saleen S7. The first time you lay
Yes.
eyes on it, you're like, what is
terms of
this
size.
boat?
Yeah.
Oh, the S7 is such a beautiful car, though.
Oh, yeah, 100%. I'd love to rip one, but I could never afford one.
Oh, gosh, no.
Look, I'm high-class white trash. The supercar stuff is a tier above me.
A tier or 3.
6.
Yeah. I've actually been able to be up next to an S7, and that is a gorgeous car.
I am on the mindset that those cars on a whole side tangent. I think those are going to be one of the most expensive cars one of these days. Not
I could see that.
McLaren money, but I think they're going to be in the because right now I think they're still in the 100,000, not 100, like the 6-figure range. But I can see them approaching 7 figures in like next couple years.
Okay.
You know, where they're
Yeah.
going to be in like the instead of maybe hitting a million, they're going to be at like
The 10
maybe
million.
10 million
Yeah.
at the good end of one. You know.
Yeah, no, I could see that. They're so rare.
They only made, I think it was less than 100 were fully built.
Yeah.
The twin turbo ones that made 750 horses. They made 245 miles per hour, 0 to 60 in 2.2 seconds. And the design of them, of any S7, there's nothing really like that except
No.
for like a McLaren F1.
I think that's what's so cool is
Part of it
they're
is
just
that.
standalone.
Yeah.
And the other part I'll add, we're spoiled. We live here in the Northwest. Have any of you ever attended the PIR
Yes.
Saline event?
Oh.
No.
Oh, hold on.
That's a thing?
That is a real thing where they bring out about 30 of these things, as well as a fistful of the Saline Mustangs,
Focus.
the Saline Focus, and the Saline F-150.
What about the Explorer?
I haven't seen one yet, but I'd love to.
Yeah.
And they bring everyone out to a track day, and they run at PIR. I used to live, I think it was about 6 miles outside of the PIR area. And when this event went off every year,
Yeah.
I knew it. If I didn't see any
Yeah.
advertising, I could hear it.
Interesting.
And this is one that's been on my bucket list. I'd love to be there for this.
That one's interesting to me because so growing up, one of the things at the Ferrari dealership in the mid 2000s to the teens, they actually had a consignment Saleen S7 for probably 6 or 7 years in their showroom. It was on their main showroom, it was in the back, but they couldn't sell it. Like they honestly couldn't move that car. And when I asked about so Saleens at the time were very tough to sell to customers. because they are like a giant race car. If you have a Selena 7 and you compare it to a brand new Ferrari at the time, when a brand new Ferrari was a little bit cheaper and had all the minis and was technically faster in some regards, because this wasn't the twin turbo one, hard to do it, especially with a Celine. I mean, I think there's a mirror, but it doesn't make sense because you use a backup camera to see. They're so big and wide. You when you're in it, it's a supercar race car,
I've never sat in once, but I hope to before I die. I don't even have to drive it.
Yeah.
I just want to get that feel, the OG Bruce Almighty when the car's
Yes.
apart and you've got a full mile of dead straight level road. Tell me that's not something you'd pay your soul for
That
as a
is-
car guy.
That is the one scene I think of when I think Selena 7. Silver Selena 7.
Oh, and silver wasn't even the best color on that car, but God, they all looked good.
They don't have it there anymore. Just letting you know. I looked at the PIR.
That's so disappointing.
Yeah.
But
Anyway.
Yeah.
Fun little side tangent.
Back to the question.
Dream car,
Back to
though,
the
yeah.
question. What would you build?
I already know, but I'll go last.
No.
No.
Go
Let
now.
me go first?
Yeah.
So I know my end-all be-all dream car build, money's no object, if I have unlimited time, and it's going to be like my swan song. This is going to be one when I'm like 65 planning on building. And I think we've talked about this before, is I plan on building a one-for-one scale replica, functional Tumbler Batmobile.
You have
the
told.
Dark
Yeah,
Knight
you have
series.
said that
You-
before.
You know they already exist.
I know they exist, but if I have to build one,
You know there's a company that's put out
$6
like
million.
almost 20
Or
of
is it
these
three?
things.
yeah, I've
much do they want?
seen them.
What do they want? Like $3 million for it or
Oh
six?
God,
What is
more
it?
than I could ever
No, they were
afford.
3 or 4, I
Yeah.
believe, and there
Okay.
was about 20 of them. That is true on that one. But that's again, this would be.
He
a
wants
car
to
if I
build it, though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because like
Respect. That's a huge engineering undertaking.
Yeah.
If you pull it off, kudos to you.
so. Think of this. I feel like in the next 20 years, let's say 30 years, because that would put me at 65. I think by that time, 3 things will help make that more affordable, which is going to be 3D printing. And we've talked about this. If not 3D printing, the ability to send off CAD to to different companies.
A 3D printer.
Yeah, to have you ship off metal parts already fabricated for you, and you just weld them together what you need, or cut or already formed.
I mean, yeah, you can already do that.
Yeah, you can, but like even it'll be more affordable,
Oh yeah, yeah. Gotcha.
and that will make something like this where say if I was to do and send off and build just the body alone, I'm probably going in. Let's just say 500,000, huge number,
Yeah.
But in say 30 years, I could expect something like that maybe dropping down to 50 grand or 35 grand because of mass production parts.
Or going up.
I mean, I see where you're going with that line of thought.
Yeah.
I think that car is so unobtainable,
Yeah,
and so there's no pattern for it
yeah.
that your price is not going to come down.
Well, I think for the pattern, you'd still have to take and like 3D CAD it, especially if you can just get a model of the car, 3D scan it,
Yeah.
have a basic thing already built in,
Forget the CAD. If you really want to save money, your best friend is going to be to learn the fabrication process.
That too.
You can take these pictures, you can look at it, you can figure out the scale, you can use the brake to make the panels what they're supposed to be and
Yeah.
lock them in. That'll save you way more than any tech is going to in the next 5 years.
Yeah.
Interesting though. Okay.
Yeah. But that's one that I think I'd really want to build one day. If we're talking about road cars, if money's no object and building from scratch, I would think I'd want to build, and time's no object, correct?
I guess not.
1985 Ferrari 288 GTO.
Good choice.
That would be
That's cool. Yeah, that's a sweet car.
Yeah,
Yeah.
super unique. Well played.
Yeah, I think also building it to original specs because it was made of aluminum, Kevlar, and fiberglass of different materials put together. Just sourcing all the Ferrari parts that were made of it. If
Yeah.
not, building
Very amazing car. Beautiful, beautiful car too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even though they look like a 308, the fact is like it's the small touches that change it so it's its own thing.
Yeah, I sort of. I guess maybe for the side profile they look a little 308ish, but the front is so different.
Yep.
It's very distinct.
Yes.
Yeah. No, that's a good choice. Yeah, I like that. I think for me, it's between two cars, and they're not historically the best cars as far as handling or performance or anything.
You say PT Cruiser.
But that's not what it's about.
I feel that
That's
as a
so what I
Subaru
want
guy.
to build. No, no, like a Mark II GT40. That's one of my favorite cars ever. And yes, their performance, especially for their time,
Yeah.
but not now compared to what's available now. Shoot, my Corvette probably handles better than that.
Yeah.
A V8 with ITBs, nothing will sound better.
Yeah,
Except
right.
for a V12 with ITBs.
The other, yeah. Well, here you go. The other is the Miura.
Yeah.
Lamborghini Miura would be the other.
Love a Miura.
Right? Yeah, it's just so sexy.
It's iconic.
Yeah.
I feel like that's where they really got their start. That's when they demanded the respect. Like, we're not just a tractor company. Check out this other cool
Check
shit
this
we're
out.
up to.
I know.
Well, the
It's
fact
such a beautiful car.
fact that when they announced the Miura being built at the auto show, the original Miura just was a frame and an engine concept, and they told people what it was going to look like.
Yeah.
And they sold out on orders.
Yeah.
And, it was built by people that were 25 years old at the time, of like 5 engineers.
Super cool. So that would be one for me for sure. Yeah.
I like that.
Do
I
you
like that
think
a
the
lot.
GT40 is going to be something you will build in your lifetime? Even if it is a kit?
I hope so.
Yeah.
I really do. Like, some of the kits are, to start,
Yeah.
okay, I understand that they're very expensive,
Yeah.
but to start, the kits are not that bad.
At $100,000.
Well, they're
and
they're
that's-
not even
Yeah,
that
the
much.
kits are well below that.
Yeah, they are.
Really?
Even
Six-
since they do require
65.
a donor car that, let's be honest, most donor cars for kits, they're kind of a joke. We're talking
the
Fieros,
GT40
MR2s,
ones they're
No, they
not based
don't.
on a kit. They are a rolling chassis.
standalone chassis.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have their own
they have
chassis
their
and
own.
body. It's all with that.
I'd feel way better about that
Yes.
than modifying some ghetto MR
Absolutely.
setup.
I agree.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So, I don't know. Hopefully someday.
Yeah.
Whether I buy somebody else's like you did and struggle through it or
Yeah.
All right,
Or-
so judgment time though. GT40. Mm-hmm. What are your color choices?
Ooh,
blue with white.
good choice.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah, respect.
I think
Fan of the Golf liveries though. I
Oh,
love that
super
pale
fan.
blue
That
and
is,
the
it's a
orange.
beautiful
We did
livery.
see
I do
one of
like
those,
that. I also like the silver with black.
Yeah,
I think the GT looks either best with blue with white stripes,
Yeah.
like the Shelby, or pure red.
Yeah.
The red with white's pretty
I'll
good.
take red
the-
with white over pure red.
Red.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a lot you can do to mess it up, but
That's true.
but
Paint it bright pink.
the traditional blue with white is probably the best.
Yeah.
Just because it's like iconic, right?
it is.
But and I don't know. They had silver ones, but I don't know if they ever had the silver ones with the black. I've
did-
seen it.
I think it
Black
predated
with-
the Eleanor setup.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I guess it is kind
They
of that.
did
that
black
scheme.
with white stripes. That was Miles. Ken Miles one.
Yep.
And they did a yellow with black,
Yellow
but that
with
was on the
black.
Mark
Yellow with-
IVs.
There was the dark blue with white.
Yeah.
There was.
I've seen silver, just silver.
Silver, yeah.
Yeah.
I think every color they did with stripes, they laid as a base coat, no stripe.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, that would be my choices. What do you got?
So I'm not 100% sure you couldn't build this.
Okay.
Okay.
I would probably do a 78 Ford Highboy in a custom cab, full leather, sitting on 38-inch Swampers.
Don't even kid it. They exist. Just go buy one. But
Well,
Yeah.
now I'm building it from scratch, though. So we're either putting a Cummins or ideally a Caterpillar inline 6 in.
Okay.
I'm painting the son of a bitch yellow to look like a Tonka truck.
Put a Tonka truck bed on it. That'd
But
be awesome.
Road- Dozer
instead of
notes.
doing a 150 or a 250 model, I would build it to like a 450 spec so I could haul shit behind it.
That'd be nice.
hey, I respect that.
Haul shit behind it with 38s.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
The hell of a drop ball on the back
Beast,
of it.
right? Yeah.
What that Caterpillar motor wouldn't give a fuck about.
No, it wouldn't.
38s.
Yeah.
No.
It would just, you'd have to deal with gearing and stuff so you could get some highway speed on it.
Stupid question. Is it even possible to tow like a gooseneck or anything like that? Or a fifth wheel on trucks that was high?
Probably
I
not
100%.
that high.
No, hear me out, because it 100% is. The downside is you've got to have the clearance on your trailer, which involves lifting blocks, and it involves bigger tires
On the trailer.
Yeah.
on the trailer.
Or,
Okay.
or hear me out. You just put a flatbed on it. Then you don't have to worry about the bed sides.
Sold.
Yeah.
100%. Put a fifth wheel on it, give no fucks.
And then you could
I still think the bed's too high.
no. Then you could put
you're-
your gooseneck. If you're doing a gooseneck, you could drop it down
Recess
in
it-
between.
recess
drop
it in.
Yeah.
But what about a fifth
Sounds
wheel, though?
sketchy.
What about a fifth?
Fifth wheel, you probably couldn't do.
Yeah.
If you did, you'd have to on your flatbed. You'd have to drop it, like sink it down in.
Down and in. Now,
Yeah,
I think
see
you
that.
could do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
It
think,
might look a little stupid, but
God, infinite time and money, and I can pick a dream car.
A Subaru.
Not, yes and no. As much as I'd love
You
to
could
have,
finish your Subaru.
no, I could have a 22B,
Yeah.
but or an S209.
Or a Brat.
Those are
love a
some numbers
Brat.
that I don't understand.
You don't know what 22B is?
No,
It's
I'm not a
90s
Subaru guy.
Well, we'll expand for our listeners.
Yes,
The
do.
22B was incredibly rare. This was in the late 90s. Subaru was cranking out World Rally Championships back to back to back. They could not be stopped.
Yep.
And one of the things they cranked out was before the GD chassis, the old Impreza, they gave them a two-door variant with wide body, stiffer suspension. They gave them crossbars, cross members, better wheel and tire setup, a more robust transmission and differential, a front mount intercooler with water injection. We're talking the tits that won their rally championships, and they put them into a homologated race car, very akin to what happened to the Spec B series before it disappeared.
Right.
And they made a very limited number of them. And they were all the exact same spec. There was no variation. You got this in World Rally Blue
Yep.
with the gold wheels, this interior package, and the same transmission, no options. But they were ultra limited in production.
I think it's like 25, right?
Oh my god, dude, no. You're looking at $250,000 a pop.
No, I mean like
Number of
production.
cars.
They made 25.
I believe so.
There's-
It was very low
There's a
production.
guy that
numbers.
so the car that my family show we go to every year is the Festival of Cars in Bend, Oregon. There's a guy who brings one every year to that.
The
Almost
Oregon Trail Rally out here, if you guys have been to that, and I believe you've done shows on it, you're probably familiar. They bring one out almost every year, as well as the same for the big Subaru Northwest meets. I think it's the same car. I think it's, if I had to guess, and I'm not 100% sure, number 17 comes out to say hello. And every time I see this car, I'm watering at
They're
the
gorgeous
jowls.
cars.
But it is so limited and so rare, I don't know that it's plausible. So I'm going to jump to a different homologated race car, again from the Spec B Rally series, because I'm a sucker. And I just love it. No, it's still a Ford.
Oh, I know what you're gonna say. I knew you were gonna say.
Tell me it's an RS2.
Yes, yes, I knew you were gonna say that.
This car is on my list. Mid-engine, rear-wheel drive, ultra lightweight. They're very rare. I think the homologation number was only like 250 or something of these things that were ever actually produced for road series. So they're unobtainium.
I believe they're also supercharged and turbocharged, weren't they?
But shit,
Yeah.
they're probably
Infinite
right
time
hand
and
drive
money.
too.
give me one of these. Ken Block had it figured out.
Yeah.
Then you burn it to the ground.
Well,
Then
story of
built
my
another one
life.
out of the-
I will.
This is my build strategy. It's
Yeah.
build it, break it, rebuild it. All right.
Max, you might know this one because you said the R22. That was late night. Wasn't it early 90s? Because at some point I know Mitsubishi was really battling Subaru, and Mitsubishi was taking over.
It was the 22B, and I believe it was late 90s,
Okay.
early 2000s, before they made the jump to the O2. This is the bug eye. This is the project that
Yeah.
I love to death, that I've got way too much time, effort, and money into that's still not done. And this was the start of Subaru dominance.
Okay, so
By the time the bug eye came around,
yeah,
Subaru was well ahead. They were basically swatting Mitsubishi off of their bumper, you know. Slow down, you'll catch us next year.
So it was before that. It was the early 90s when Evos really took over then.
The Evo 3 was big in the 90s. It was a competitor. But by the time the proper Impreza rolled around,
Yeah.
it was a dominating force in Spec B.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the era I love. One of the things I think is wild, you know, you think today a Bugatti this is royalty. This sets the line. This thing does, 0 to 60 in 3.2 or some astronomical number. When you look back at Spec B rally numbers, things like the Delta Integrale, these early Subaru, some of the really dumb shit, it was doing 0 to 60 in like 1.8 on fucking gravel.
On dirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you wonder why so many people died watching these. It's because somebody was coming through at Mach Jesus, and by the time they realized they made a mistake, they'd already killed 6 or 8 people.
And they weren't Mustangs.
Yeah,
Well, the
Mustang
the
on
rules were
gravel,
different.
challenge accepted. Let's see you rally a Mustang, Grant.
There is a guy that does it.
Yeah. I want to do that.
Respect.
Yeah, there is a guy that does it. So, the rules are a lot different today than they used to be.
Yeah.
Yes, Spec B is dead.
Well, Spec B is dead, but they also don't let you on the track.
Correct. There are spots you can set up to observe rally events, particularly if you know where the rally's coming through. One of the big ones I think you guys have covered that I'm kind of into is the Oregon Trail. And there are several spots they run here in the Northwest. And a lot of spots they set aside. This is your designated viewer point. However, if you're a local or you know a local that's running around the track, all of their private property is proper viewing material.
Oh, yeah.
You can set up wherever you want. The trick is to find somewhere
safe.
safe and interesting.
Yes.
You know, you don't want to just sit there at, okay, this is a 20 mile an hour corner and they're not coming in hot. This is 20 to 20 to 20. The trick is you go find yourself a jump spot. You find a spot where they're decelerating or mad accelerating. I love a hairpin. I've watched it for a couple of years now, and there's nothing quite like watching these guys come over a left hand at wide open and kick that thing at 45 to make the sweep. If you're on the inside edge and you can watch them make the safe turn outside, nothing better. You get to hear them rip and you hear them roar and you can see them look down the trail, and it's astounding to me, you know. Normal driving, you're 12 o'clock, you're over the hood, you're looking what's over here. Rally drivers are another breed. They come around the corner kicked at 45 and they're looking out the passenger window going, what's next?
Steering with the brakes.
Steering with the throttle.
And the brakes, yep.
More skill than I have. Highly recommend. If we can, let's dirt fish.
Yeah.
I've done it. It's rad.
Is it?
Yep.
Oh, I want to so bad.
100% would recommend.
Okay. Moving on.
Yeah.
All right. In the same realm.
Okay.
Dun, dun, dun. If you could buy any Go Fast gadget or upgrade for your car, what would it be?
Was that included running first?
What?
We said for a car.
For your
Why are you
for
changing the
race
fucking
car.
rules?
He's
For
always
that.
a pain in the ass. Always.
Are
Say
you
it.
implying
Say
that
it.
the Lambo is your primary car now? GFDG.
Thank you.
I was thinking more of the Fiat.
Fucking damn it, Grant. What? Okay. Project car. I don't care if it's for the Fiat.
Yeah.
Sure. What would it be?
Well, hang on.
No,
I already have mine, so
I know what
Money's-
mine is.
What was the question? Because I'm trying to go.
if money is no object,
Okay.
What?
upgrade or new parts would you buy for your car? Because we're budget racers here.
Yeah.
There are things that are just out of the realm of
Okay.
reality.
Let's go back. Primary car. Let's do Liger then, for example. As you know, primary weekend warrior car, etc., etc.
Yeah.
If I had money, no object going into that, engine would come out, and it don't because I've been through so many damn engines in that goddamn car, thinking the stuff.
Coyote 5.0.
No,
Nah, it'd be better than that.
if
He'd put an LS in it.
if I had my way, because I'm a
Typical
4.6 in
Chevy.
there, I think I would put in a 9,000 RPM 458 Ferrari motor in there.
There you go.
It would be close enough to the
You've seen it,
4.6. You still makes 560 horses, so it'd still be fun on the road while you still screaming out. It's still a horse motor in a horse,
Sure.
And it's a
sure,
Ferrari.
compare
'cause-
horses.
Yeah. that would be what I'd want to do is stuff
be
one
cool.
of those in there.
That would be a cool swap. A Ferrari
Despite
swapped
breaking
Mustang.
the rules in proper Grant fashion, that's a cool swap.
That would be a good swap. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Something actually people would be like, all right, that's pretty cool.
Right?
Well, the first time they heard it at 7,000
Ugh.
RPM, they'd be going, "What in the
Man.
But
hell?"
9,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it'd wrap out.
Yeah.
But what's interesting, what actually I found out is I was surprised how little torque that motor makes. It makes only like 380 pounds of torque. It makes a lot of horses,
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's
Short stroke.
Well,
Yeah.
it's,
No
it's
torque.
part of the get. Low displacement,
Yeah.
you're going to lose a little of that bottom end torque.
But
The bigger and badder you go,
Well, what is the displacement on that?
4.6,
It is a 4.6.
or sorry, it's 4.5.
Okay.
So if I could,
Yeah.
if I had my way,
But
more
very
stroke
very
would be
short
easier.
stroke. That's why they can get away
Yeah.
with 9,000 RPM.
Yeah, if I had my way, I'd
Ford
machine it
motors.
so it'd be a true 4.6 to go with the 4.6 badging that's all over the car.
Sure.
And the reason I'd also go with that motor over, say, a V12, because you can't stuff a V12 in there with packaging.
Wait.
Because it's V8 and the V8 Mustang, it just makes sense.
Oh yeah, everything about it makes sense.
Of course it does.
I'd move the motor back about 4 inches
Yeah,
And down.
and down.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that makes sense.
That would be good. I would put a sequential in mine.
Yeah.
In the Corvette?
sequential in the vet.
Absolutely.
Wait, hang
with
on.
the stick
Which
or with the
vet?
pedals?
The black
Or
one.
With the stick.
The stick?
The stick would be fine.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Just for sheer cool factor and
I
speed.
love the rally. Tat, tat, tat,
I know.
tat.
I've seen, just watching at some of the major events like Optima and LS Fest, and the fast guys are running sequentials.
So what's it take with those Corvettes to swap to? Is it a full different transmission?
40
Do they
grand.
just-
A
Is
dog
it
box
that much?
is
I
expensive.
bet they're less than that.
Ooh.
No.
Yeah,
I
they're
think
35 to
he's
40
on
grand.
it. Like for Subarus, a 6-speed dog box is pretty common get for the rally world, and you're looking at 30 grand minimum.
Really?
Yeah.
Because
They're
I was looking at them a while
astronomical.
back for a 600 horsepower Subaru motor. They were like right around 15.
I haven't seen any of those, or I'd have jumped on them like a fat kid on chocolate
So-
cake.
I'll see if I can find
Here's
it again.
here's my question: why would you just
Okay.
not go with an automatic with paddle shifters? Because especially in the newer Corvette,
Cool factor.
I understand cool factor,
And it's upgrading
It's
my
still a
car.
manual.
It's
Yeah.
not buying another car. It's upgrading my car. That's the question.
okay,
So that's what I would do.
okay,
My turn?
Yeah.
So my wife's car,
Mm.
the RC350 F Sport,
Be an
it
LFA.
would get an LSX.
Oh, okay.
an LSX. What's an LSX?
An LS?
Oh, okay,
X?
X motor. Okay, I said LFA, and the first thing I'm thinking like, what's
No,
this
LFA.
other- Okay,
That car is coming back out, though, for 1 year, I think.
I know.
I
Oh,
hope
really?
That's gonna
so.
be interesting.
Yeah. It would get the LSX, and then I would probably upgrade brakes and suspension.
Yeah.
Let's go further back. If you still had the 928,
I would.
924,
I don't think we'd still have it.
I'm saying if you did, what would you do to that?
LSX.
Probably, or I'd rip that motor out and put a 22 RE in.
I
or
don't think
something like that.
an LS would fit in that.
I don't think it would either.
Okay, then
Not in a 924.
But a
here's-
22 RE would.
here's one that you'd actually care.
Yeah.
What would you do if you
Yeah,
still had
build
the
that
Subi?
7.
The
If
blue
you still had the
Subi.
Subaru, the one that
I'd probably be doing head.
I'm about to
gaskets.
get into that.
Okay,
Yeah, I'd probably be doing head gaskets.
that would be your swap.
No, that would be a necessity. No, I'd probably put a 2.5 in it because
Okay.
it only had the 2 liter.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, you want me to answer this question
yeah,
for you as
do
a
it.
Subaru guy?
Do it.
The answer is unlimited time and money. You go IAG, it's a closed deck, it's a long block. You put a 2.5 in it. It's got none of the bullshit that you really need to worry about for the OG 2.5s. You put a Firelock head gasket in it. You put 2.5 heads in it, bigger, hotter cams. You've got the longer stroke on the intake exhaust valves, some higher spring rate to return them as set. You retime the thing, you rotate the turbo, you put a larger turbo in it. My get, preferably for autocrossing, is an RPF black. And we spin up at a decent rate. We make 800 horse. And the game's over. But
And then we replace transmissions.
That's what I was about to say.
now, once
couple
you go
weeks.
to these 6 speeds,
Yeah.
I'm going to be real. The 6 speeds are fucking bulletproof. They'll hold 6.5, 700 horse before
Really?
you have problems.
Interesting.
Your weak link
Wow.
is the clutch. And you can get bigger, badder clutches
Prove
for
that.
them. They're amazing pieces. When you see all the rallies out there, if they're not running a dog box, they're on an STI 6-speed. That is the go-to answer.
I'm surprised people aren't using that more because, sorry, brain going a million miles an hour. Most people who do a mid-engine swap of any kind of car, if you're looking for power and performance and handling and reliability, go to a Porsche G90 transmission. I'm surprised they don't do the Subaru transmission.
Spoiler alert, they do. I've seen them in several sand rails with the mids or the output for the rear deleted and the mids is their feed from the center. There are a bunch of people running these things as a rear engine just using 2 of their outputs.
Yeah.
One that springs to mind is a guy I knew. He had a 65 or 6 Carmen Ghia with an 05 STI 2.5 in it. And he had swapped in the transmission. He mounted it, swapped it, deleted the rear output shaft, and he was using center differential to drive his rear wheels. Super cool setup. It was a Ghia that made 350, I think, which isn't a lot, but
For
it's
that light of
enough
a car.
in a car that weighs that. Yeah. It was beautiful. It sounded great, and it was kind of terrifying to ride in.
Really?
It really was more than the car should have ever had.
Oh, wow.
Like these STI transmissions, they're on the market. Keep your eye out. If ever you need something for the application, I highly recommend them. There are a couple of companies that make adapters for them. One of the big ones is out here in the Northwest. They make an adapter plate to mount an EJ to the Volkswagen 6-rib bus transmissions, which are known to be a little more robust.
Yeah.
Same kind of deal. These 6 speeds are the shit if you can apply it.
That's what you need for your Fiat.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do a whole swap around for that thing.
Hell, see a Fiat with an EJ25 making 400 horse.
Yeah.
Well, so most people, no, hold on a side tangent. When they go to the Fiat, and if you're making power it, they swap either a K20 or K24 motor into them.
Sure.
And make some serious power that way.
Yeah.
You know.
Does the transmission hold up? Or do they have to go put
You
something
probably have
else
to
in
put
it?
the
I know.
Honda
Well,
in.
because when they go the transmission, they just take it out of a Acura and swap. It's a 6-speed still,
Okay.
and
Yeah.
they just turn the motor around.
I like the RSX.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what they use.
I believe it.
Yeah, you know. But I mean, heck, if you take, the K20 you make 220, 250 stock horses on it, you can make way more power. But I mean, heck, if you take a K24, put a K20 head onto it, some cams, you're making 300 horses right there in a car that weighs, when it was brand new, I think it was 1,500, 1,600, 1,800 pounds.
1800, yeah.
It was new, and that's with the interior and everything else, and a steel body.
Yeah.
You start replacing fiberglass on that thing. Woo, that's a fast car.
Shit, 4 guys can pick it up and move it for you. Who needs a tow truck at that point?
That's what I do.
Yep.
All right, Max, what about you?
Unlimited time and budget. Aside from all the Subaru stuff I just mentioned.
Right.
All right, let's jump. Let's side tangent here.
Okay.
I go to my good old Ford Rangers, which I love to death. If I had infinite time and money, I would love to yank a motor and transmission and put a 4BT Cummins diesel in it
Okay.
with a divorced transfer case that's twin stacked. So that I can dig, I can divorce it front versus rear, and I can achieve that 2-to-1 gearing to turn some astronomical 40s under the pig. It would go anywhere I want it to, not very fast, but with that kind of torque and those tires and that lift, it could not be stopped. I love it. Not exciting, not wild, just enough to be a pain in the ass.
I feel like you could do that anyway.
It's plausible. 4BTs are remarkably affordable.
Yeah.
The transmissions to mount to them, you're probably going to have better luck finding an adapter plate to run it to a manual.
Yeah.
And at that point, let's be real, the electronic shifters in the M504, the stock transfer case that came with these things was it was okay. The electronics were notably dog shit. I've had them fail on me in the past on trail and had to pull off the actuator and just grab it with channel locks and shift it to 4 low. It's not pretty, but they are pretty robust. I have managed to blow one apart. I was driving down the freeway like 70 mile an hour, commuting in on work, and for some reason the thing decided to lock up. And I've got some pictures that'll blow your mind where at 70 mile an hour driving down I-5, my transfer case let go. The actual chains and gear-driven swaps, fabulous.
Really?
The entire housing
Just
split
disintegrated.
Wow.
Yeah.
and started shaking, and it felt like the Space Shuttle Columbia. This bitch was rattling apart on me. And it was everything I could do to pull it to the side of the road and get it stopped and not feel like I was about to die.
Yeah.
But I've got some pictures of this thing split down the middle with the chain attached and the transfer shaft in the middle split.
Wow.
No idea how it happened, never seen it before. Hopefully we'll never see it again.
There you go.
But a doubler fixes that.
Wow. Okay. Leave it to Max to go off road.
Yeah.
Okay. Final topic of the evening,
Okay.
and this pertains to all of us
That's it.
as you're building. Well, maybe not Jeremy. Just
Come on.
kidding. Just kidding. Okay. Cost
Hey,
cutting.
this was my question.
Yeah, it was. Cost cutting. What corners would you cut? You know, if you got to shave costs on your build, where are you willing to cut and where are you not?
Ooh. I'm going last.
Grant cuts safety,
I'm going
always.
last. Oh, yeah.
Safety
right.
third.
He's leaving seatbelts out.
Everything I always do.
We
is
don't need
factory
these. They're
spec.
just in the way.
Oh,
Look, I
man.
upgraded calipers, I just didn't buy pads.
Don't need pads. Just run those neat little pucks that they have in there. Just run those right out. It'll be fine.
Parking brake
I-
works
So-
fine.
Yeah, Grant's struggling.
Because okay, so everyone knows, and if you're new to the show, one thing that I'm big on is when I'm building a car, it's either to factory spec or what the factory could have built. That's for most of my builds,
Annoyingly so.
and I like that. And even if it doesn't have factory spec, I like that whatever I build to have it feel like that. So it's like
Unless he's building, something with an LS in it.
yes, but regardless, whenever
And
I'm
he'll put
building
a Ford
something,
motor in it.
regardless, it's of a high quality, essentially, right? Is what I try to aim for. If I'm cutting cost on things, the only thing I can really think of that I regularly cut costs on is any place I could put a zip tie. And so, like splash shields, for example, those bolts strip all the time and it comes off all the time. I'll put a zip tie under there to hold it because I know if I gotta get off, I'll cut it and get underneath. If there's a fender underliner that isn't going right, I'll zip tie that. That's typically where instead of getting a fastener or getting a proper bolt or whatever, I'll get away with that because like the fact is it's plastic, it's not going to rub through on any hard metal parts. That'll break beforehand. It's easy to replace, easy to find, and they're always plentifully available. So that's one thing I'll cut corners. Ones that I won't cut corners on. That's a tough one because anything typically around safety is my big one. So
Well, I mean, you're driving a car to its limits. I think the whole thing is safe.
yeah.
The whole thing, everything
Well-
about it is safety.
Well, here's a thing. Like for example, you say like the seatbelts I wear.
I'm just teasing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Well,
but I was kidding.
okay. Like I wear a 4-point seatbelt harness in the car, which is great for racing, but not great on the road. That's one safety feature on that one.
In fact, illegal on the road in most places here in the Northwest.
However, mine is DOT approved.
Ooh, well
Yeah,
played.
I made sure on that one. I did my research, and that's why they took 9 months, because I had to get the approval sticker and stamped it and everything. That being said, though, I will not cut corners. I think the biggest one is when it comes to braking. You can go as fast as you want. You can build suspension to go around corners. You have to find a way to stop in the end. And so, like, if I have the ability to put a new rotor on, I'll put it on, and same with pads, rather than go used. I think the only time I've recently did that was with Liger's current rotors, and the only reason I put those used ones back on was because I took them off partway last season to put some new rotors on that ended up being shit.
Still
and, like,
had
these
some
ones are
life in them.
yeah, they still, but the new pads were already put on. They already broke them in and had them all good on that.
They're still within spec. I wouldn't
Yeah.
even consider that being.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, it's cost cutting because you didn't go buy new ones again.
Yeah,
But you still have life, like Max said. You still
Yeah.
got life in them.
exactly. But like, for example, I've seen friends who brought, and without calling names, I had a friend who recently brought a car to my shop, and I see wavy rotors and barely any pads. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? He's like, I don't have the money to replace them. I'm
Yeah.
like, but you're changing spark plugs. He goes, yeah, I need to make sure it runs well. I'm like, but you're not going to be able to stop. He goes, well, yeah, the spark plug is more important right now.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know. I struggle with this question because I try not to cut costs on my race car. Where do I cut costs on my lawnmower? I don't know.
What about
I
on
cut it somewhere else.
what about on your project build?
Nope.
No?
I mean,
know
No
where.
expense spared.
yeah. Do you think of something?
I know where you
I-
do.
where? I
I
did.
exactly know where he does.
I've got something
Tires.
in my head.
You buy scrub offs for most time.
That's
Not brand new. That's cutting
okay.
costs.
That's cost saving. Sure. Yeah, I'll buy Hoosier scrubs.
Yeah.
And this week I'm going out on stickers.
Yeah. Nice.
So brand new ones.
So you're going to be laying down top time of the week.
Right.
Yeah. Unless Liger has something to say about that. But
So
I'm still putting my money on the vet.
I don't know. I mean,
The Liger's
I
been impressive as
cut
I've heard
costs.
it.
other places so I don't have to cut costs on my project. Maybe I do somewhere that I'm just not thinking of. But like,
You want me to give it to you?
yeah, give it to me. What?
Body and paint, baby. It doesn't make a
don't
damn
do
bit
it.
of difference on a race car.
No.
but he spends the money and time on that. Like,
Well, not no. He's kind of right, but I mean, my vet doesn't need it. My project truck, it's not gonna get it at least for a while, right? So yeah, it's a rust bucket, and it's gonna look that way.
And therein lies your cost cut. It
Sure,
might not be
that's
the
a cost
first thing
cutting.
you jump on. You'll
Yeah,
get
yeah.
to it eventually, but you're going to save a couple of $1,000 right out of the
I
gate.
save money on doing it
fucking
myself. That's cost cutting.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, I mean, I'm sure I do somewhere. I'm just not thinking of it. Other than
the only thing I can think of that you cost cutting is you don't ever fix the radio.
Most of us aren't sociopaths that ride down the track with our radio blaring full blast.
so everybody on the track can hear you.
I'm just saying, when you grenaded your car on this last get, there may have been a telling tale if you'd have had that radio dialed down below
good
10.
call.
You could have heard that chatter
is-
and went,
he
oh, my
so
clutch is
called
getting
you
ready to
out
blow up.
Have you seen the video of it?
Oh my!
I haven't, but I've heard the
I'll
tale.
show you the
Please
video.
show me the
Yeah,
video.
I'll show you the video.
That he called you out. That's very true. Might have
yeah.
been able to hear something coming.
Nah.
So I got one.
Okay.
If I was talking about my truck build, I would probably if I had to cut money, say 15 grand,
Okay.
I would probably cut it from the motor.
So you wouldn't go come and swap.
Bold.
No. Back to my Chevy.
His
Yeah.
his build.
So
his
I've got a
K10.
$25,000 motor that's on my sheet right now.
Yeah.
And please
could-
justify this. How do you make that much cheaper and still worth your
Well, you-
time
So
and effort?
I could
Cut
probably
$5,000 off of
build.
it.
I could probably go build a Chev 350 for much cheaper.
That's 700 horses.
Probably not going to be 700
near
horses. But I could probably get 300-400 horse out of it.
So you would sacrifice horsepower for
Yeah.
cost savings.
Yeah, but
That's
I'm
fair.
not
That's
going to
cost-cutting.
cut. I'm not going to cut it out of my brakes. I'm not going to cut it out of my suspension. I'm not going to cut it out of my interior. I would cut the trim pieces off and just do shaved. I think that's a pretty good look. But motor would probably be a majority.
It's kind of a tough question because most of the time, race car guys, project car guys, or whatever, they use their cars, they break it, then they upgrade. You're always looking for the next upgrade. You're not looking to go backwards.
It's never, let's unfuck this. It's how do I make it better?
Yeah, so I don't break it again. Or, keep it from. Yeah.
Just remind me. Don't let me forget. I have a question to add to this question once Max is done.
Okay.
Okay, because sorry, no Adderall on me, so I'm going ADD completely today.
Well, easy lay-in, no question. I don't give a shit about the interior. If it runs nice and it rides nice, those are what matter to me.
Okay.
But the second my interior is tits and I got bad suspension setup or a motor that's not doing what it should or a transmission that's not quite happy on the sync, no, that's a deal breaker. But if the springs in my seat poke my balls, I can live with that.
What about rusty holes in the in the floorboards and stuff?
You mean race holes?
Yes,
This
drainage.
gets me down to weight, baby.
That's drainage.
That's where you drop your beer cans out of the bottom.
100%. I have no shame here. Rust don't scare me.
So I would venture to guess, just listening to you from the last show, that your engine platforms are probably a place that you would trim a little bit of cash.
I hate to say it, but I definitely do. If possible, on a budget, I will build what I have to the hilt before I upgrade to the next bigger and badder thing. And that's a personal shortcoming. I get it. I want the most out of what I have before I say, I need more. It's part of the upgrading. You think about it in lines of autocrossing. When you first start, you want to run your stock mobile until you're out of skill. And in my head, I'm out of skill way before the stock motor is out of power. So I'm going to run it until I'm out of that, and then I'll look at the next problem. But motors, generally speaking, hit and miss. I love a big bad built one. I want it real bad. The Subaru project, that's going to be a near infinite money project for me to get online. The Ranger project, I'll run it at 100 horse for 3 years and not feel bad about it. Just to get the skill up to what the equipment will do.
Yeah, right on. So if I can add one last thing to this, and this is one for a listener, I think, too, to think about this, is in terms of the cost cutting, what parts do you guys that you always will buy from the manufacturer versus going to an auto parts store to buy?
See, I don't think the manufacturer is always the best part.
I don't know.
I 100% agree.
Well,
Like for me,
I never go to the dealer to buy parts. I can still get a GM part from an auto parts store.
okay, I should be smart.
So-
What would you go buy, like say, like GM specific versus off, knockoff brand? Like for me, I would always buy a slave cylinder from that's
That's exactly what I
OEM.
was thinking, yeah.
unless if it's like for a kit or clutch that's specific for that manufacturer.
Yeah. Actually just went through that. So my quartermaster slave cylinder went out. I could have bought another one of those. Well, actually, I had a brand new one of those and didn't realize it till after I put the other one in. But I could get a rebuild kit, which is, just a seal, whatever. But I didn't have time to wait for it. So I just bought another GM one, and requires a slight bit of modifying to work with a quartermaster clutch, but I did that and put it in. I'll buy a GM one every day. Those things work great.
Yeah.
No problem with that.
Especially when you got a transmission teardown, it's worth the extra money so you don't have a failure because you're so in
Put the
depth.
one in that you know is going to work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about you, Jeremy?
I don't know. It depends on the situation, right?
Yeah.
So like, I'm probably not going to rush out and buy a stock clutch. You know, maybe the master cylinder, slave cylinders, stuff like that. Yeah, I'm probably going to go back to factory unless I'm trying to upgrade it to stop faster, right? Then I'm going to look at something a little bit more aftermarket.
Okay.
I don't, like I said, I don't think there's anything that you can't upgrade to the next level by going aftermarket.
What about a head
kinda
gasket?
thinking that
Something
same
like that.
thing.
Would you
No,
feel
I think
comfortable buying like,
Subaru head gaskets.
Subaru guy problem now. Aftermarket has better head gaskets than Subaru ever made. If you want to pick up a head gasket you're not going to have to replace in 100,000, go get a Firelock. It's a copper gasket, higher torque yields. You won't have the leaks.
Let's talk about a Ford 6-liter.
Okay.
You know, the 6-liter, you had to go to an aftermarket head stud kit.
Yep.
Yeah, maybe you use the factory head gasket, but the head studs were shit.
Take them out and put bolts.
Yeah. ARP, the ARP set, I think it was.
ARP is the shit. 10 of 10. Highly recommend as a head stud.
Yep. I don't know. I'm having a hard, other than the slave cylinder, I'm having a hard time thinking of anything that I wouldn't upgrade. I would just buy OEM again.
What about sensors?
Well,
Is there any sensors
I
or
think that's part of the game.
I would go
Sensors
cheap on
and stuff,
sensors.
sure. But there's also the
Get
flip
the ones
side.
that-
There's a
Without the
cost
plugs.
cutter for me. Go with the cheap one.
I'm going to go 180 out here. And
Okay.
100%, if I've got to buy another turbo,
yeah.
I'm buying aftermarket. Fuck the OEM stuff. I want something bigger, badder, more engineering, more
Yep.
cost put into it. If I want proper OEM stuff, I'm looking peanuts. We're looking at interior bits, trim bits, things that I can't find aftermarket.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
That's a good one. I like that one. Trim, interior, dash,
Things that never fit
windows,
quite right.
maybe.
Windows, maybe. Certain body panels, like in the aftermarket, if you're going to buy a kit, your side skirts are kind of hit and miss. The OEM ones, always on point. Maybe not as cool, but the fitment is proper.
What about filters? Is there a brand or a quality that you will say no to? Like, say, for me, it'd be like, I'm not going to go Walmart and buy the Walmart brand. It's going to be minimum a Napa brand or whatever O'Reilly's is highest on it.
Do you put Walmart
true.
oil in your rig?
No.
No.
And that's what makes you better than them.
Oh, ouch. Come on. Now,
Just saying.
before you go down that road, though,
Yeah.
you have to look at who produces their materials.
That's true.
Who produces their filters. It could be a Fram,
Yeah,
and they're just reboxing it.
it's true.
That happens all the time. That shit is all made in the same factory,
That's true.
and they just put a different label on it.
Like Napa's oil, for example, is just rebranded Valvoline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you got to pay attention to that. If you're going to look at the cheap stuff, figure out who makes it first. If it's some brand you're like, I have never heard of that, then probably not the best thing to buy.
Yeah.
Don't do that. But if they're made by a major brand that's been around for years and years and years and has quality proven track record, do it. It's fine. Same with your oils. And I mean, I use the VR1 in my car. Love that stuff. I use Royal Purple in my transmission and rear end.
Is there any that you wouldn't trust, though?
Oil
Walmart
brand?
fluids.
Like I said, you got to see who makes it. Like, who makes O'Reilly's oil?
Don't know.
Who makes Kirkland brand oil? Chevron.
Do they really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting, though. Wouldn't use it then. I wouldn't use it then.
Chevron's fine.
Is
Yeah.
this Kirkland like the same brand as the vodka? We're talking Grey
Vodka.
Goose is making my oil, or
So Kirkland vodka is Grey Goose.
I know that's why I asked.
So anyway, my point is figure out who makes it.
Yeah.
Something tells me
if you can save a
Walmart's
buck.
base point is not bare minimum.
No, I
I
don't
could
know.
be
I have no
wrong.
idea.
I haven't done the research. I'm behind this. Listeners, if you've got the info, please send it in to untitledcarproject@gmail.com and let us know
Yeah.
who makes this? Is it as good? Does it stack up to the OG oil can Henrys, the Valvoline, the Pennzoil,
Castrol.
Castro? What's out there? What's better?
Yeah. What battery? What battery you use?
Oh. Yeah, well, I don't know what.
A Soul?
That actually,
Napa?
Well,
Napa battery?
I use a Napa battery.
Yeah, you're a big Napa shopper. I know you are. That's fine.
thought about-
I don't care. It's a
Thought about
battery.
swapping over to an Optum, for example, but like
I looked for an
The
Optima. I
Optima
can't
is-
get it for my car.
I don't think I can get it for my car either.
And I'll tell you, as someone who's run them, the Optimas are worth their weight in gold.
Oh, I
yes,
bet.
there's
I've
a
heard
higher
hit and miss.
input,
yeah.
but I have never had a problem with my Optima.
I've heard hit and miss on Optimas. Yeah,
I ran my Optima yellow top dead
yeah.
dead for a year. Put it on a trickle charger,
Came right back. Huh?
retested it a week later, and voltage was proper. It'd still start my car.
So it had enough amps. It would hold enough amps because you can get the voltage back up on a battery, but it can still be so weak it won't turn
Absolutely, but it held enough CCA. The potential was proper. We're talking, I think it was 10 months this battery sat unattended, not attached to anything. The trickle charger brought it back, and it was still fine enough on testing. I put it in one of my other cars as a daily.
Yeah.
And went, all right, well, you've graduated to starting this pile for the next year.
over. Yeah. See if it works.
Never had a problem. My Optimas have been amazing.
Yeah. No, that's good. Yeah, like I said, I tried to get one for mine. I couldn't. They didn't make one to fit, but that's fine. I'm just using it interstate.
Yeah, your race car purposes anyway. Look for AGMs, lightweights.
Yep.
Yeah, I didn't really like. You can go with the lithium batteries and stuff, but tending those is a pain in the ass.
Yep.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, tending the AGMs are pain. You lose all the. They go dead. It's hard to bring them back.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
I've heard a lot of that. You get one good cycle out of an AGM.
Exactly.
If it dies, it's dead.
I've had
dead,
one
huh?
where it died. I was able to get it back, and it was a 50-50 shot if it would run or not after that. And eventually I just buy another one, even though it only did that once. Those you got to keep on a trickle charger, or you got to disconnect them if you're going long-term storage.
yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So,
All right. Well, did you were just about to say something?
yeah, we have the last 3 questions.
I was going to do that. Yeah.
Okay.
So, Max, here we go.
Again.
Here we go again. It's actually going to be the last 2 questions.
Okay.
And I think this is a slight change from the last time I was in the program.
Yes. We're going to, let's see, what 3 vehicles would you really like to drive someday?
All right, number 1, off the wall, because it's vehicles. We're no longer into cars.
We are not confined by the car
Pick
space.
something else.
Yeah.
Number 1, a Dolphin single-person submersible.
Dolphin?
So like a single person submarine.
If you haven't seen these
I've seen it.
things, they're astounding. It looks like
Looks
a
like a
dolphin.
enclosed
It's
jet
mechanical.
ski.
You sit inside it, you've got your controls here,
Yeah.
and you've got full 6-axis control in the water.
Oh, how deep can they dive?
I couldn't tell you the specs.
I wouldn't go Titanic deep.
These are
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the people who play with these things make more in a day than I'm going to make in a lifetime. So it's a them problem.
Rob,
But
how's
if
it-
I had to get, I want one. I'd love to try it.
I've seen it. It looks
cool.
to me like it's an enclosed jet ski, like a submersible jet ski.
100%.
You sit inside this little cockpit, and
Do they
it's
go
just
fast?
Yeah, they look
They
pretty
do pretty
quick.
good, and for the most part, like it's basically just snorkeling inside a vehicle.
Snorkeling in style.
And that's where I'm at. It looks amazing. This looks like
does
so
look
much fun. You're telling me I can do an underwater barrel roll and be strapped into a 4-point harness? Sign me up. This is the coolest shit I've ever seen.
I don't know about
It does look pretty cool.
I don't know about being strapped into something underwater.
It looks neat. I wonder, how you can rent jet skis. I wonder if someday you'll be able to rent one of those. and
That'd
go.
be cool.
I'm going to bank on it, and you can probably do it in like Dubai or Saudi
Right.
Arabia, some of these UAE.
Right. Where they don't,
wealthy-
rules don't care. Safety
Yeah.
third.
Yeah.
Safety third.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But fun first, and they look that part.
Yes, they do. All right, that's cool. That's a good one.
Number 2, as far as cool stuff I'd love to drive, it's probably a truck.
Ooh.
And I think it's been said before, but as a kid who grew up in this era, I'd love to get my hands on, for a single event or a practice, a Monster Jam machine.
Yes.
Any of the big monster trucks.
Gotcha.
Full
You
cage.
talking like
Big monster trucks.
Bigfoot?
Oh, I'm
or
talking Bigfoot, Gravedigger.
Gravedigger.
That'd be cool.
Maximum
Yes.
Destruction. Any of the modern events
yeah.
where they've got essentially the same kind of chassis. If I had to be honest, like what are they? The Outlaw series, they ran Bounty Hunter, Scarlet, Bandit, and there was a third truck in their team. They were a Canadian team that built Monster Jam trucks, and in their off time, they were well known for building drag motors. Had some of the biggest, baddest machines you've ever seen. They came out to World Finals, and every single time, one of their gets was, we're going to power wheelie, and we're going to power wheelie like no one you know can.
Nice.
And the get was always bring those RPMs up, drop it, take this 10,000 pound truck on tires bigger than people and stand it straight up. Because they just had north of 1,000 torque and could do it. And that was astounding to me. I love that. It'll always stick with me. The final get, because it's just driving, I ain't got to own it. I'd love to even get a taste of it. Ken Block's Hoonicorn.
Ooh.
Give me that car for a short track circuit.
Even the Huna truck, I'm in.
The truck is amazing to either
Yeah,
one.
I want to drive the truck.
Yeah.
Admittedly, Ken Block is one of my idols. Pretty much every vehicle he's ever owned over the years. And there's one that's coming up next, but I'm going to spoil it. Yeah. The Ken Block RS 2000. This is a dream car for me. It was a homologation race car. There were less than, I think, 300 of them ever made. I think 250 was the mark to get them cleared for Spec B.
And he had 2 of them.
He had 2 of them.
Yeah.
2!
Yeah.
There are race drivers from this era that don't own a single one.
But you need 2 because they're Ford, so when one breaks, you have backup.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
he
true.
burnt one to the ground.
Well,
That's why you have the second one.
it's also Ken Block. Like, this guy's, his right foot's made of lead, and he doesn't know what self-preservation looks like.
Yeah.
We've seen him hang tires out over, what was that, the Big Hill Climb event.
And Hoonicorn.
Yeah.
Pikes Peak.
Pikes Peak, full on, had a tire hanging over a 400-foot cliff.
Yeah.
And what did he do? Kept it matted.
It's the only way to save it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Is the Hoonicorn and the Hoona truck, are they still driven? Are they in the museum? Or
I
what's
think
going
the
on with
truck recently sold.
Yeah, truck recently sold. The
Yeah.
daughter was drag racing the car for a while. I think it's sitting somewhere now. And I think she was actually talking about running Pikes Peak in the Hoona Pig.
And she did. I believe Leah made a couple of big runs. She's been making her kind of debut into motorsports, and the more she becomes comfortable, the more she's kind of teasing and showing. And there's a high probability that she's got access to most of Ken's garage at this point. Very few of them have been confirmed to have been sold to private parties at this point, or even retired to museums. So most of what was left in Ken's private collection is very likely in hers now.
Hers and her mom's. Her mom's a
Hers and
driver
her
too.
mom. Yes.
What's a Hoona Pig?
Hoona Pig was a 1,200 horsepower Porsche.
All-wheel
one.
drive, full aero pack. We're talking
It was pink.
almost
You saw it at
1,000
at
horse.
SEMA.
Was it a RS3 or GT3 RS or what?
GT2, I think.
GT2?
2 or 3.
I could be 100% wrong.
Okay, but like
it
a
was
model-
not.
knowledgeable enough.
It was not a factory car. It was a completely race
It was a
built.
ground-up
Yeah.
race project.
Okay.
And
Thing is badass.
oh my goodness, pretty much anything with the hoon attached to it has become synonymous.
So his run in it when he was trying to do Pikes Peak because that's what it was built for. I don't think he made it very far and it blew up.
He didn't. He grenaded it, as I understand.
With the
and
pig?
they came back, I want to say, the second day and tried to make another run and encountered more problems.
Huh.
So this was a platform they were dialing in to really make a run at a record.
Was there ever a Huna, like an electric version of any of his cars?
Yeah, he did
Yeah.
an Audi,
Yes.
electric Audi,
He was in the Audi
the e-tron.
Yes, the e-tron Sport, I think it was. The same kind of thing they've been running lately for, what do they do? It's the Rally E-Cross, question mark?
Okay.
And it's essentially Rallycross, 2 cars. You're talking wheel-to-wheel racing in some cars that make way too much power for an electric. And he did make some good runs in that. And it's really a cool racing series if ever you want to dig into it. But electric car problems, they're cool, it's neat, but I don't know if we really want to delve into that.
I just wondered because, like,
Nope.
I didn't think he would be driving an electric car or had one.
Nah,
He did. It was on the
did
streets
He'd
of
have his
Vegas.
foot
Yeah.
into it.
He did that. I don't know, the exhibition with it.
Interesting.
I mean, it was interesting. It was cool, but
That car was fast.
so the Hunapeg is a, I don't know GT3 what, it's 911 based, custom built, 1400 horsepower.
Damn.
Woof.
Yeah, it's a lot. Anyway, that's it. It does not say if it's a GT2, GT3 base, or it just says custom build.
Still wild.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Was that?
Nope. What are the 3 he would own?
No. Yeah. That was the 3 cars that, or 3 vehicles. Sorry.
You'd like to drive.
Yeah.
So money's no object. What 3 do you want in your garage?
Own. I'm going to add the RS2000 to that list.
Of course.
Just because that's Spec B royalty,
Would you
I can't
do-
do anything but respect.
Would you do the actual rally version or would you do the homologation
I want the
version?
homologated version.
Okay, you want the road.
Rumor has it that actually had more power than the race version because it was detuned to make spec.
Yep.
So, 100%, give me the street version and let me make it mine. I honestly won't do much to it because they were that close to perfect as they came.
Yeah.
One of mine, I think, landed on my last stream show, and it'll still be in the garage forever. It's the late model RX-7 FD Shinka Type R. Something about the high-end, big, spinning rotaries. Give me something I can spin to 9,500 and not have to worry about blowing up. That's dream fuel. I just want to put my foot down until it sounds like it won't go no more and keep it held there.
Yeah.
That's cool to me. I love the technology. It's not the most efficient. It's cool. It sounds unique. The interior was amazing on these cars. The exterior was iconic. Like, this is NSX levels of dope to me. With the Spirit Type R and the big FD wing on it, and the wide hips. Amazing.
Oh, yeah.
The last one I'm gonna throw there. Let's mix it up. Make it real interesting, kind of cool. I know this is fairly attainable, but it's one that I love. Late 80s Mercedes, the G55 wagon, all mechanical. We're talking no electronics in this thing. No bitch assist. I don't have power steering. I don't need the ABS. I don't need traction control. Give me a diesel motor that's mechanically fuel fed at decent torque that's got no electronics. It's simple. I can put 35s, 37s on this thing with minimal, no lift. Lockers, front and rear, divorceable case. This was the pinnacle of go wheeling in an SUV and not worry about it.
What's one of those go for right now?
I think for that particular generation, they're sort of affordable. I'm talking less than 40 grand to get into
Wow.
one.
Yeah.
It's remarkable.
For like a good example, another project.
For a decent example,
Wow.
100%. Now, a more modern one, admittedly, after the mechanical years, the G55 kind of jumped the shark and they became a quote-unquote luxury mobile. And you go all the way up to, let's say, the tits end. The highest and biggest, baddest G-Wagon ever built was probably like the V12 AMG. They had a twin-turbo, either supercharged or turbocharged motor on it. Lockers front and rear, divorceable transfer case, full hand-built leather interior, like, it was over the top. They're cool as shit. But I want something that, if I was going to Top Gear drop this thing from a crane
Yeah.
and start it up and drive it, the OG G-Wagon was unbeatable.
Cool. Cool.
Did
cool.
that look a lot like the Defender 90?
Looked like the G-Wagon Mercedes used for 20-something
same
years.
same thing?
Same,
yeah.
same thing. Yeah.
Same.
Yeah. Right on. Wow, that is quite the list. And that's gonna be the show.
No, we have one more. He had
No, he did that.
a hard
You
no.
did that.
Yep.
Okay.
Last week.
I added one, I think.
Oh, it was last
I
week,
think the
okay.
Cube was absolute pineapple dog shit, and if ever I meet the man who designed it, I'd love to kick him in his until they become cube-shaped.
Well, let me introduce you to the man behind the door.
Yeah.
He designed it.
The guy that wants to put a Ford motor in everything.
How do they say it in Letterkenny? It's fucking embarrassing.
And on that note, everybody, thanks for listening. Show 63 is wrapping up. Max, thanks for being here.
Thank you, man.
Thanks for having
It's a pleasure to listen to somebody that actually knows what they're talking about, even if it is Subarus. And we enjoy going into the depths of the projects. So very good.
Have me back in another year. We'll do it again.
Sounds good. We can do that. Thanks, everybody. See you next time.